Today, on the early morning show, why men beat each other down and uplift women who hate them. Let's cue the rooster and get this show started.
Every time I need that shit, devil make another.
Hey man, if you got something that you believe in and you believe that you can do it and nobody else do, just go for it. It's your life.
My life is moving fast, I gotta slow it down. Yeah, now I got it, they all come around. But when I ain't have it, they nowhere to be found. Yeah, I had to stick with the ones who stay down. And now a lot of people say I changed on them, because I'm whipping in the range on them. I don't think I'm acting different, I just found out that these folks ain't in my interest.
Good morning and welcome to the early morning show. Today's subject is why men beat each other down and uplift women who hate them. Now, what I'm about to say will not come as a shock to most men. For most men know full well that we don't readily give one another the respect we would to a female with bifocals and a pair of D-sized breasts. Now, sure, we can attribute some of males' behaviors to being conditioned to protect and serve women by their parents and society, yeah. I would even go as far to say that all male species on this planet perform for and compete for the attention of the female of the species. Yeah, we can say that. But what accounts for men getting the shaft by the court system, the government, and the civil authorities to include police, but other men? We're doing it to ourselves. So today I'm going to give you my top 6 examples of the way men mistreat one another and uplift men in the very same situations. Now keep in mind, it does not matter if we are married, single, or indifferent. We all do this. Number 1, I got your back as a subject. A man will deny another man he knows personally a small loan because he is afraid that he won't get his money back. As a result, that man falls short of paying his critical bills. That very same man that denied his male friend a loan will give a woman money that says she needs it to pay for emergency bills. I need this money. That woman in turn uses those funds to treat herself to a day of pampering and buying shoes at the local mall. She has no intention of repaying this man for the generosity of a short-term loan, and worse still, that man forgives her the loan he would have hounded his male friend for. Now, as men, when we look at feminist organizations as our worst enemy, we are fooling ourselves. Our worst enemy is that person staring us back in the mirror every morning. Number 2, crime and punishment. The news will parade before us a man that they accuse of either domestic violence, suggestively touching an employee, or committing murder or sleeping with a teenage student in the class he teaches. And how do we respond as men? We respond without a trial by convicting him in the court of public opinion. We utter phrases like, now he is going to get what he deserves. We say things like, he is lucky that someone doesn't kill him in prison. But how do we respond in a case where a woman does the exact same crimes? If a woman commits domestic violence against her husband, we say maybe he deserved it. If a woman suggestively touches an employee on the job, that employee is said to have considered himself lucky. If she commits murder, we allow the excuse that she was trying to defend herself, or that a person was shot in the back. And finally, if she sleeps with one of her students, we allow the excuse of maybe the student wanted it, or maybe he enjoyed it. Now, we never allow ourselves the reality we give men to say her prison sentence is something she deserved. Let's go to number 3. Damaged connections. A man will know a decent friend that was his right arm since grade school. A man would lend him any amount of money or be there anytime he needed him. The woman this man dates or marries will make him give up that friend, and he will do it. She will also make him give up his mother that not only birthed him, but was there anytime he reached out. She will by suggestion have him disassociate with many past connections that he made over a lifetime of growth. That very same woman would not dare give up her worst relationship killing girlfriends, even with the suggestion of her husband. Now, he could not dare get her to give up her mother, even if she was hell-bent on sabotaging their relationship. And most certainly, he could never convince her to give up a lifelong connection she made before she even met him. Amazing. Now, ultimately, this double standard existence destroys this male once she walks out on him or divorces him because he has no support structure other than her, and she is now gone. The people that he pushed to the side may never allow him to come back. That same can't be said for her, as she kept her support system and grew it larger on their time together as a couple. Number 4, we don't patronize one another as men. In particular, online, men do not give one another the respect they are due when it comes to physical or financial support. You have male who lead great content sites that have very few followers and viewers and do not get the financial support to grow as much as what the same men do to support an OnlyFans account or a thought on a YouTube page, Facebook, or Instagram account. Now, the average man will never get the same respect a woman will with an attractive face and a nice ass. And a woman knows this. Now, oddly enough, men support them without the benefit of ever going to bed with them, which is the same relationship they have with their fellow man. No sex. And yet you still will have men that say we need to stick together. Which leads me to the next double standard example. Number 5. The enemy within. Now, there's an old African proverb that says, if there is no enemy within, the enemy without can do us no harm. Now, I say this in reference to the nasty comments that men levy against one another online across all platforms. They not only cut one another to the quick, but they will rush to the defense of a strange woman that is being corrected by a guy online as if they were her boyfriend. Now, you can call them simps or what you want, but to me, this is nothing more than an extension of the street protection men provide to strange women they don't even know. Which leads me to number 6 and the final one. Turning our back on one another. On the street of any city you care to name, men do not come to the aid of a man being attacked as easy as they would a woman they are unfamiliar with. In fact, if they would come to the aid of the man, at least it would now be 2 guys against 1. In the case of defending the woman, it is a one-on-one fight as the woman he comes to defend abandons him and runs off without even getting him assistance with other men in the area or a call to 911 for help. Now, there are men that were here yesterday, but they are gone today. Dead. Dead because they chose to step forward to defend a strange woman that may or may have not caused the fight that they liberated them from. You have guys that have been permanently disfigured because they wanted to play hero against an overwhelming force. But it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing what we do for women, what we don't do for each other. But at the same time, other words that say guys should stick together. The government's against us. Feminists are against us. Nope. We are against ourselves. If there is no enemy from within, the enemy from without cannot do us any harm. For the early morning show, this is Charles. Hope you come back and see us next time. Love you.
Living in my own world. 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 Oh, state of mind.
California dreaming.
State of mind.
California scheming.
Oh, state of mind.
California is the reason for this golden state of mind. California dreaming. California scheming. California is the reason for this golden state of mind.
Open mind and you'll find what you've been missing. Please don't waste my time and never try to tell me different. There I go again, ignoring my own advice. But take my word for it, man, I've been living nice. Like the bottom of some skis on a January morning. Up in Aspen sipping cocoa. I prefer my women foreign. Don't disturb me if I'm snoring, let me be. Cause you gotta get your rest to be a king. I would not expand your mind, girl, you too fine not to. Don't let me leave with someone that